So it does appear that we are now ready to get underway here with the second of our featured competitions here on our Friday schedule. That's our $2,000 Stormridge Capital Meter 25 open jumpers. We'll follow the table 2-1 speed format. Fences 1 through 11 with 13 efforts. Combinations at 7AB and 10AB. 400 meters is the length on course here with a time allowed of 69 seconds. And we have a total of 40 competitors joining us here. Actually 39 with a late scratch. The first of those competitors, number 187, is Josephine de Pfeiffer, riding for DP Ventures aboard Luron SZ. Luron, a 17-year-old Zangescheid by Lord Zed out of Ola S, number 187, first to join us. And there's your pace setter here in our speed competition. 51.983 is the time posted by Josephine Pfeiffer and Luron SZ. Next up here is Philippa Amand. She's riding for Caroline Mawhinney aboard Ballerine de Revel, number 223. 13-year-old Celle Francais by Kanan out of Opera de Revel. This is entry number 223. Just slightly behind the pace by about 1.5 seconds. 53.513 is the time posted for Philippa Amand and Ballerine de Revel. Now receiving the tone, entry number 197. 197 identifies Jetties. Camellia Ford is a rider here for Julie Jones. And Jetties, an 8-year-old Holsteiner by Carambol out of T, Ohio, based out of Wellington, number 197. And that will move into our third place position here, 54.928. That's the time for Camellia Ford and Jetties. Next to work here in this competition, number 278, Megan Phillips-Drury brings to us Rossa Luderg. That's an 11-year-old Irish sport horse by Luidam out of Cruising Luderg, out of Millbrook, New York, number 278. Clear around there and moving into fourth place, 62.692. That's the time for Megan Phillips-Drury and Rossa Luderg. Fit to join us in this competition is number 214. Tone now signs for Twizel. That horse brought to you by Camille Markison. Twizel, 5-year-old Belgian warm blood by Up to Date Mill 2 out of Evie. Based out of Wellington, it's number 214. Our rider does choose to voluntarily withdraw from this competition, Camille Markison and Twizel. And now stepping into the arena, our next to see here, number 437. Our pilot is Brianne Defort. She's riding for Oakland Ventures aboard Sugar Daddy van de Axelhove. 6-year-old Belgian warm blood by Amadeo van de Vossenhof Zed out of Cacheral Zed. Based out of Wellington as well, number 437. Six. 61.343, that's a time posted for Brianne Defort. Aboard that Mount Sugar Daddy van de Axelhove. Moves into that 4th place spot here. As we get back underway here, we'll see entry number 258. Tone Sound Sport Vivanta. That entry brought to you by Amelia Regal of Bedford Hills, New York. 14-year-old Dutch warm blood. Signed the number 258. 8 faults there. 8 faults there in the field, an additional 14 time penalties. With a time of 82.122, that was Amelia Regal and Fivanta. We'll see Mackenzie Miller next. She brings to us Kingston, number 129. Kingston, 9-year-old Dutch warm blood by F1 USA out of Carantina. Mesa out of Scottsdale, Arizona. That's an 8-fault score there, and 61.087 moving into 5th place. Mackenzie Miller aboard Kingston. Charging into the arena here, number 323. This is Jorge H. Gomez. He's aboard Nuki, number 323. 11-year-old warm blood, assigned the number 323. Altering the height of fences 4 and 10A, that's an 8-fault score in 58.920. 6th place here for Jorge Gomez and Nuki. Now moving on to the 10th competitor in this competition, it's Kiana Rose Mitchell. She's aboard Captain Gray 4, owned by Equines LLC. Captain Gray, an 11-year-old Westphalian by Captain Jack 44 out of Alphaville, based out of Wellington, number 291. And that's a clear round. Moving into 4th place, Kiana Rose Mitchell and Captain Gray 4. Next exhibitor is Katie Lynch. She's aboard Kitty Price, said horse owned by David Hopper Incorporated. It's assigned the number 309. Kitty Price, 9-year-old Dutch warm blood by Entertainer out of Caprice DD, based out of Amelia, New York. 309. Glad to see our rider up and all right after that unfortunate dismount. Tone now sounds for entry number 205 as we get back underway here. Zara Boyd brings to us Monk's Dierados Boy. That's an 11-year-old Hanoverian by Dierados Boy out of Balonda, based out of Lymington, Hampshire, in the United Kingdom, number 205. And our rider does choose to voluntarily withdraw here from the competition. So next up here is Chloe Louise Field. She's riding for Seahorse LLC aboard Jacques Van de Kattenay, number 397, 15-year-old Belgian warm blood by Diabo out of Elite Van de Wellington, based out of Greenwich, Connecticut. It's number 397. Rider does pick up 8 penalties there, 59.537. That's the time for Chloe Louise Field and Jacques Van de Kattenay. Entry number 166 will be our next to see here in this competition. First of 6 before we go on to that midway drag break. It's going to be Jerry Chu in the irons aboard Concolon PS. Entry owned by High Quality, Concolon PS, 6-year-old Odenberg by Contargos out of Etui Blue. And that'll be a 4-fault score and a time of 59.295 for Jerry Chu and Concolon, moving into the 7th place position here in our rankings. Next up, our 15th competitor to join us here in this class. It's going to be Victoria Birdsall riding for Danica Meyerhoff aboard Paul Walker, number 369. Paul Walker, 9-year-old Hanoverian horse by Pedigo out of Ica, based out of Statesville, North Carolina, number 369. For fault score, 61.291. That'll move into 8th place here. That's Paul Walker and Victoria Bertall. Countdown now underway here for this mount brought to you by Natalie W. Picot. It's Apple du Parc, number 248, 14-year-old Self Francais by Efebi Forever out of Rivière du Parc. Based out of Southampton, New York, it's number 248. That'll be 16 penalties there, 67.489 for Natalie W. Picot. Aboard Apple du Parc, moves into 12th place. Number 219 will be our next to see here. Now waiting the tone is Charlene, ridden by Lauren Scowland for Raquel and Alexandra Lopez Incorporated. That's entry number 219, Charlene, an 11-year-old Hanoverian by Clinton out of Estame, based out of Sagaponack, New York. It's number 219. And just behind the pace there, 52.869 is the time posted for Lauren Scowland aboard Charlene. That does move into 2nd place here in our rankings. And just 2 more remain before we go on to our midway drag break. The first of those 2 is entry number 204. Countdown now underway here for Diamant Guesso, ridden by Peter Leon for Timothy I. Hooker. Diamant Guesso, based out of Placida, Florida, 6-year-old horse by Diamant Assembly out of So Be It. And that'll be a 12-fault score, 56.039 for Peter Leon and Diamant Gesso. Lowers the height of fences 9 and 10 AB. $380 our final to see here before we go to the midway drag. That's going to be Milan Morsinkov aboard Docile, number 380. Docile, a 10-year-old warm blood by Diamantino out of Tarusa. Based out of the Netherlands, number 380. And behind our pace here, but clear, 57.298. That's the time for Milan Morsinkov and Docile, moving into 5th place here. So at this point, we'll go to a midway intermission here to refresh our footing. Taking stock of our current rankings here. Currently leading our class is Josephine de Pfeiffer and Laurent SZ with a time of 51.983. That's our target here. In second is Lauren Scowlin and Charlin. Third place to Ballerine Derabella and Philip Amon. In fourth, Camille Ford and Jetties. Fifth at this time is Milan Morsinkov and Docile. In sixth is Kiana Rose Mitchell and Captain Gray 4. Seventh, Brienne Dufour and Sugar Daddy. And rounding out our 8 placings at this time is Megan Phillips Rudy and Rosa Luderg. And getting us started on the right note here is Alon Blumen, number 465. The next to go as we get back underway here with our meter 25 open jumpers. He's aboard Simona VS, that horse owned by Marlene Hart, number 465. Simona VS, an 8-year-old Swedish warm blood by Staccato out of Escape VS, based out of San Francisco. And moving into the lead there by exactly 1 second, 50.978. That's the time posted by Alon Blumen aboard Simona. So that does displace Josephine and Laurent Nazi into second. Puts Lauren Scallon and Charlin into third. Philippa Aman and Ballerine Dervel in fourth, with Camelia Ford and Jetties in fifth place at this time. Entry number 213 will be the next to see here. Our next contender is Paul Michael Frederick. He brings to us Gentertainer, number 213. Gentertainer, 10-year-old Dutch warm blood by Entertainer out of Karlskrona. Mr. Frederick, based out of Brooklyn, New York, number 213. 12-fault score here for this horse and rider combination. That's Paul Michael Frederick and Gentertainer, 61.072. Tone now sounds for Lucy Deloyer, riding for Luha LLC, aboard Genial de Bonneville, number 449. And 66.992. That's the time for Lucy Delorier aboard Genial de Bonneville. Unfortunately, out of our top 8 ribbon positions. Gabrovo is the name of this next mount, number 130, brought to you by Mackenzie Miller. That's a 12-year-old Hanoverian by Great Top out of Gramati, based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Number 130. For faults in a time of 61.342, that's the time for Mackenzie Miller and Gabrovo. This next entry brought to you by Amelia Regal is number 259, Endy, 15-year-old Dutch horse by Diarado out of Nymphea, based out of Bedford Hills, New York, number 259. Glad to see our rider up and all right after that unfortunate dismount. The 25th competitor to join us in this competition is Isabel Cox, riding for 5 Roosters aboard Puma HS. 13-year-old Danish horse by Untouchable, based out of Westlake Hills, Texas, number 403. And that was a clear round, 68.004. That's the time set by Isabel Cox aboard Puma HS. Countdown now underway here for number 165, another trip for Jerry Chu. This one's aboard an entry owned by a Bayoma Corporation called Corbawindo PS. Corbawindo PS, 12-year-old Odenberg by Cornets Baloo out of Annette, based out of North Andover, Massachusetts. Four-fault score there in 57.977. That was Jerry Chu and Corbawindo PS. Next exhibitor is Kiana Rose Mitchell. She is piloting Clear Blue Zed, actually piloting Cassidy O. This horse owned by Equines LLC. Cassidy O, 9-year-old Dutch warm blood by Indoctro out of Simone. That's a time of 54.676 for Kiana Rose Mitchell and Cassidy O. That'll move into 5th place here in our rankings. Next contender here in our class is Hannah Selleck, riding for Descanso Farm aboard Rumple Teaser DF. That's entry number 401, based out of Westlake Village, California. Four-fault score there and a time of 50.998. Had a great time there. Unfortunately, does pick up those 4 faults. Hannah Selleck and Rumple Teaser DF. Next entry brought to us by Elena A. Haas is number 421. That's Crystal Hart. Ms. Haas, based out of Oakland, California, number 421. .360. That's the time for Elena A. Haas and Crystal Hart. So that'll move into the 10th place spot here as we welcome our next to go, Jorge Gomez, on a rider of Anibale de Hus, number 325. This is a 14-year-old Cell Francais by Conrad out of Amati PMS, number 325. 8-fault score here, lowering the height of fences 7A and 8, 59.573. That's the time for Jorge Gomez and Anibal Erajus. Next up, Brittany A. Hildebrand riding for Hillington Farm aboard Clear Blue Z, number 122. Clear Blue, a 14-year-old Zongascheid by Clearway out of Satine Sheets. Based out of Houston, Texas, number 122. Fences 2, 3, and 9 coming down for a 12-fault score, 61.527. That's a time for Brittany A. Hildebrand and Clear Blue Z. Bell rings here for Angelo Danza riding for Royal Prospect LLC aboard Midas RTN. That's number 462. Midas, a 70-year-old Dutch horse by Gandorado TN out of Vafira. Based out of Pound Ridge, New York, it's number 462. So with a pair of dislodges here, that's an 8-fault score. 61.119 is the time set by Angelo Danza and Midas RTN. Next to see here, number 222, our 33rd competitor to join us is Lauren Scowland riding for Amon Equestrian aboard Chapeau PSZ, number 222. 10-year-old Warm Blood by Comilfo Plus Z out of Colado's Lady, number 222. 62.621. That's a time for Lauren Scowlin and Chapeau PSZ. Now sitting in the 11th spot with just 6 competitors remaining here in our starting field for our meter 25 open jumpers. Taking stock of our current rankings, currently at the lead position in this competition, Elan Blumen and Simona Vies riding for Colombia with a time of 50.978. In second place at this time on our stagger is Josephine DePfeiffer and Laurent SZ. In third is Charlin and Lauren Scowlin. Philippa Amon and Ballerine de Ravel in fourth, with Gianna Rose Mitchell and Cassidy O in fifth. Number 261 now joins us. 261, that's the identifying number for Megan Phillips-Drury, riding for M. Michael Meller aboard Kim Keenloff. That's number 261. And Kim Keenloff, a 10-year-old Irish sport horse by Camilo Vidiel out of Roche Lomelas. And that's a clear round there for Megan Phillips-Drury aboard Kim Keenloff, 62.054. .35th in our order here is Hannah Barker. Hannah Barker, number 255, rides Lyra GR and owned by Grant Road Partners, LLC. Lyra GR, 8-year-old Swedish horse by Carrera Vidiel out of Mobile 4, based out of North Salem, New York. It's number 255. And a 4-fault score there, 63.049. That'll move into the 21st spot here. That's Hannah Barker and Lyra GR. First of just 4 entries remaining is entry number 188. And now joining us in the arena is Josephine DePfeiffer, riding for DP Ventures aboard Chaplin Lagaret Zed. Chaplin, a 14-year-old warm blood by Chippendale Zed out of Penelope Lagaret, based out of New York City, number 188. That's an 8-fault score, 56.254, the time there for Josephine DePfeiffer and Chaplin Lagaret. Just 3 competitors remain here in our $2,000 Stormridge Capital Meter 25 open jumpers. First of those 3, I believe, is number 326. That's Manuela Gomez, riding for Jorge Gomez aboard Dia Zed. Dia and 11-year-old Zanga Shine by Diarado out of Time. Fences 1 and 9 dropped here for an 8-fault score. That was Manuela Gomez and Dia Zed with a time of 59.426. Our penultimate rider to join us in this competition is going to be number 464. Caballeros, el número 9, por favor. Number 464 is Haley Royce, now receiving the tone. She's riding for Jessica Mendoza aboard Kipu. 12-year-old Holsteiner by Kidam de Revel out of Aria, based out of Wellington, number 464. This will be the first half of our remaining 2. And a clear round there, 60.965. Haley Royce and Kipu moving into 9th place with just one competitor remaining, and that final to go will be Milan Morsinkov. Milan aboard entry number 371, that's Perlo. Perlo is a 9-year-old Belgian horse by Thunder van der Zultova out of Up to Date, based out of the Netherlands, number 371. Unfortunate dismount there for Milan Morsinkov and Perlo. Glad to see our rider up and all right. Up next here, the presentation for our $2,000 Storm Ridge Capital Meter 25 Speed. Joining us in the ring will be Dennis Cisco. Silent Ridge Masters would like to thank Storm Ridge Capital for their generous support of the horse show. And again, Dennis Cisco joining us in the ring for the presentation of the $2,000 Storm Ridge Capital Meter 25 Open Jumpers. You see Mr. Cisco there alongside our event director, Nicole Meyer. And they'll be here for the presentation for this class just finished, our $2,000 Storm Ridge Capital Meter 25 Open Jumpers. So now joining us in the arena, the recipient of our second place honors, that's Josephine DePfeiffer and Laurent SZ. 51.983 was the time for that horse and rider combination. Close to a wire-to-wire finish there for that horse and rider combination. They were the first competitors to join us in the ring, and they'll take home that beautiful ruby ribbon and the second place prize here in our $2,000 Storm Ridge Capital Meter 25 Open Jumpers. And again, they're joining Dennis Cisco there in the center of the ring, the presenter here on behalf of Storm Ridge Capital, alongside Nicole Meyer, our event director. As well as the director of our awards and presentations, Jeanette Gilbert. And so folks, please put your hands together for the class winner here. That's Alon Blumen aboard Simona VS. 50.978 was the time for that horse and rider combination. And they'll take themselves to the podium here and commemorate their victory in our $2,000 Stormridge Capital Meter 25 Open Jumpers. So it does seem that our third place recipient will also be joining us in the arena for this presentation. But before they join us, we're going to send our riders off on a lap of victory here. So again, a big round of applause here to Alain Blumen and Simona Vies taking home the top honors in our $2,000 Stormridge Capital Meter 25 Open Jumpers. Our second place prize going to Josephine DePfeiffer and Laurent Zed. Third place award to Lauren Scowlin and Charlin. We'll assign the fourth place ribbon to Philippa Amon and Ballerine Travel. Casadillo and Kiana Rose Mitchell standing in fifth. Our sixth place award going to Camelia Ford and Jetties. In seventh, Milan Morsenkoff and Docile. And rounding out our top 8 positions, Kiana Rose Mitchell aboard Captain Gray 4. A big congratulations here once again to Alain Blumen and Simona Vies taking home the top prize in our $2,000 Stormridge Capital Meter 25 Open Jumpers.
We have a new leader right now.